Good morning, Grade 9. I am Miss Fathima and I will be going to discuss the first lesson for the second quarter, which is about the quantum mechanical model. So I prepared, or I have here, some words na I know na mention na nung Science 8 nyo. So familiar na kayo dito. First word, we have the atom. What is atom? Atom is the smallest particle of an element. It is the smallest unit of matter that forms a chemical element. It is also the building blocks of matter. Next, we have the electrons. Electrons are the negatively charged particles. It orbits around the outside of the nucleus. So makikita natin sa illustration yung minus sign which indicates the negatively charged electrons. Next, we have the protons. Protons are the positively charged particles. So, protons, nakikita siya sa loob ng nucleus of an atom. So, kasama ng protons, yung neutrons. Neutrons are the neutrally charged particles. Ano ba pag sinabi nating neutrally charged particles? Ibig sabihin, it's neither a positive nor a negative. Hindi siya positive, hindi siya negative. Neutral yung charge niya. Okay, now let's proceed to our discussion. It was 20th century when a new field of study emerged. What is this study called? It is called the quantum mechanics. Now, what is quantum mechanics? Quantum mechanics is a subfield of physics that describes the behavior of particles. Ano-ano yung mga particles na yon? We have the atoms, electrons, photons, and so on and so forth. So, sino dito yung naka-experience na or nakapanood na ng isang fireworks display? Let's watch. Okay. Base sa napanood nyong video, nakita natin yung iba't ibang kulay na nilabas ng fireworks. May blue, may yellow, may red, may green, may violet. Iba't ibang kulay, iba't ibang shape. Paano nga ba nagkakaroon ng fireworks? Ito ay dahil sa explosive materials na present doon sa fireworks. Ano-ano yung mga explosive materials na yon? We have the gunpowder and the metal salts. So, yung metal salts yung nagpo-produce ng colors. Kaya tayo nakakakita ng iba't ibang kulay sa fireworks ay dahil sa metal salts. So, metal salts emit characteristic color of light when it was heated. So, nakadepende din yung i-emit na color ng metal salts sa kung ano yung element na meron doon sa metal salt na yon. Para mas maintindihan natin, meron ditong flame test experiment. Each color of light has a specific wavelength. So through the use of spectroscope, nadedetect yung series of narrow lines or the line spectrum on the light given off by an element. Makikita natin dito sa image yung example nung na-detect dun sa spectroscope. So we have three elements here, the hydrogen, helium, and the mercury. So yung mga lines na nakikita natin sa bawat element na yan suggest different energy levels. So anong kinalaman nito sa structure of an atom? Sasagutin natin yan. Niels Henrik David Bohr, also known as Niels Bohr, is a Danish physicist. He was also a philosopher and the promoter of scientific research. Niels Bohr made a fundamental contributions to atomic structure and quantum theory. In 1913, when Bohr constructed a hydrogen atom with quantized energy level. So each line suggests an energy level of the atom. These energy levels are also called orbits or shell as they go around the nucleus. Sabi nga ni Bohr na bawat linya daw ay may iba't ibang energy level. Kapag malapit sa nucleus, mas mababa ang energy level. So tumataas yung energy level habang papalayo siya ng papalayo sa nucleus. Niels Bohr suggests that electrons can jump from other orbits or other energy levels. How? It happens when electrons absorb or emit energy. So kapag nag-release ng energy yung electron in the form of light, the electron will jump into the lower energy. The lower energy is what we call the ground state. If the electron receives an energy, it will jump into the higher energy. So yung higher energy yung tinatawag natin excited state. Notice that the electron was moving faster when it is in the excited state. At first, sobrang interesting, sobrang promising nung model na ginawa ni Niels Bohr. Pero, some scientists discovered that it is impossible to determine the exact location of electrons in an atom. May iba pang mga errors na napansin dun sa model ni Niels Bohr. So na dun yung ginawa niyang model is applicable only in hydrogen atom. So once na i-apply natin siya sa ibang atoms, hindi siya mag-work. Kaya yung idea ni Niels Bohr na-reject. But two young physicists led to the development of a better model of the atom. Sino-sino yung mga yon? We have the Louis de Broglie and Erwin Schrödinger. Louis de Broglie proposed that the electrons could also be thought of as a wave. Bakit? Kasi inakala nila na yung electrons ay isang particles kasi may parehas sila ng characteristics. Now, si Schrödinger naman, ginamit niya yung idea ni de Broglie na yung electrons nga ay pwedeng maging wave para makapag-develop ng isang mathematical equation. Dahil doon, nakabuo siya ng panibagong model ng hydrogen atom. But unlike sa ginawa ni Niels Bohr, yung hydrogen atom na model na ginawa ni Schrödinger can be applicable to other atoms. So, pwede siyang ma-apply sa ibang atoms. It is what we call the wave mechanical model of the atom. Unlike sa pinropose ni Niels Bohr na ang electron daw ay nagmo-move in a circular orbits, sa wave mechanical model naman, pinaniniwalaan nila na yung electrons can be found in a three-dimensional space around the nucleus. Kaya yung tinatawag natin na wave function or atomic orbital. Ito yung mathematical description of the electron's motion na inintroduce ng scientists. So, sa mathematical equation na ginawa ni Schrödinger ay kailangan gamitan or required na gumamit ng quantum numbers. Meron tayong 4 na quantum numbers. The first quantum number is the principal quantum number na may value na n. It describes the size and energy of the orbital and relative distance from the nucleus. So, yung possible values ng n ay pwedeng maging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. No, sila yung mga positive integers. Kapag mababa yung value ng n, mas mababa yung energy level. Mas malapit doon sa nucleus. The second quantum number is the angular momentum quantum number na may symbol na L. So, it describes the shape of the orbitals. Yung value ng L ay nakadepende sa value or related sa value ng N. So, let's say for example, we have yung value ng N is 4. Ang possible values ng L would be 0, 1, 2, and 3. If we have the value of n of 3, we have the possible values of L, which is 0, 1, and 2. Kapag ang value ng n ay 2, ang possible value ng L ay 0 and 1. Para malaman natin kung ano yung possible values ng L, n minus 1 lang. O let's say dito sa una, 4 minus 1 is 3. So, yung possible values natin dito sa una is 0 to 3. Next, n is equals to 3. O, 3 daw yung n natin. So, papalitan natin tong n ng 3. 3 minus 1 is equals to 2. So, ang possible values ng L natin dito sa pangalawa ay 0 hanggang 2. Ganun lang siya kadali. Mga bagay na dapat tandaan. Kapag ang L ay 0, then the orbital would be S. At yung shape niya ay bilog lang. Spherical lang yung shape niya. Kapag mas mataas yung value ng n, mas mataas or mas malaki yung shape na sphere. Again, if the value of L is 0, then we have the orbital of S. If the value of L is 1, we have the orbital of P. If we have the value of L as 2, the orbital would be D. And if the value of L is 3, the orbital would be F. The third quantum number is the magnetic quantum number na merong symbol na ML. It describes the orientation of the orbital sound around the nucleus. So, yung possible values ng ML ay nakadepende sa value ng L, quantum number. So, meron tayong chart na pwedeng tignan para malaman natin kung ano ba yung value ng ML. Next, we have the spin quantum number. It indicates the direction of the electron is spinning. So, sa spin quantum number, dalawa lang yung pwede maging possible values natin. It's either positive 1/2 or negative 1/2. So, let's assign these 4 quantum numbers in an atom. Now, we have here an element, Be equals 2s squared. Let's find the value of n. Ang value ng n ay given na dito sa example natin. We have the 2s squared, diba? So, this number 2 here is the number. Next, let's try to find the letter L. Ang orbit natin dito ay letter S. So, titignan natin dun sa chart na pinakita ko sa inyo kanina kung ano ba yung equivalent ng S orbital. Dahil S yung orbital natin, ang L natin ay magiging 0. Next, try natin hanapin yung ML. Diba nga sabi kanina, ang ML ay nakadepende sa kung ano yung value ng L. So, ang value ng L natin ay 0. So, automatic ang value ng ML natin ay 0. Next is the MS. Paano natin malalaman yung MS or yung spin? Meron tayong ML, isa lang yung orbit. 1. Dito tayo magbe-base. 1 and 2. So, downwards, ibig sabihin, kapag downwards, negative 1/2 yung gagamitin natin. Kapag upwards, ang gagamitin natin ay positive 1/2. Pero dahil downwards, yung katapusan ng orbits or ng spin ng electrons, negative 1/2 yung value ng ms. Now, let's have another example. Let's try the iron. 3p6. Ayan. Yan na yung given natin. Now, let's try to find the value of the quantum numbers. Unahin natin yung letter N. Ang value ng N ay 3. Ang value ng L ay, since letter D yung ginamit natin, ano ba yung orbital? Sa orbital ng letter D, we have the number 2. Next, yung ML. Dahil 2 yung L natin, titignan natin, meron tayong 5 orbitals here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Meron tayong negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. So, para malaman natin kung ano yung value ng ML natin dito sa 5 to, so we have the 6 electrons. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, saan siya tumigil? Sa negative 2. So, the value of ML would be negative 2. And since downward, yung pinaka-last spin ng electrons, siya ay magiging negative 1/2. So, yung MS natin would be negative 1/2. We have the third example. Now, let's try to find the letter N. The letter N would be 2. And the L would be letter P. Ano ba yung equivalent ng letter P? P is number 1. So, yung ML, ang ML ay, dahil ang L niya ay 1, we have 3 values. We have 3 possible values. So, negative 1, 0, and 1. Since we have 5 electrons, umpisahan natin yung spinning ng electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, since sa 0 siya, bumagsak, magiging 0 yung ML natin. At since downward, yung katapusan ng spinning, magiging negative 1/2 siya. Lang siya kasimple. Pwede kayong tumingin sa chart na ibibigay ko doon lang para mas mabilis nyong masagutan yung given.